Welcome in to the NFL Prop Shop. We're back for week 11 of the NFL, and I'm joined with none other than LJ from H-Town. The man has been firing. You see what he's doing? LJ, how you feeling about this week?
Hey, I'm feeling real good, Mikey. Appreciate you for letting me join you once again on the NFL Prop Shop. And I got some nice looks. I believe that's going to get us some good money this weekend. So let's dive right into it.
I believe you do have some great looks, and I think I have a couple to match you as well. But let's get right into the first game, LJ. We're talking a little bit about this Detroit Lions spot, and I know you're loading up the card. So, look, Lions, Jaguars, the floor is yours. Talk to us about how we're getting paid.
Yeah, we're going to get paid pretty much in the first half in this game. I'm on the Lions, full disclosure, -7.5. It's my smash spot of the week, simply because I had this game circled since Detroit 3 weeks ago we're at home versus the Tennessee Titans, and they smashed them in the first half. They pretty much covered a 14.5 spread, I believe that was. I'm not sure what it got closed at, but I know it was at least 13, and they covered it easily. And I think they're going to do this again, Mikey. They're coming off an ATS loss, which they're 6-1 against the spread. They're 15-7 in their last 21 games against the spread in the first half. They're 9-0 against the spread since November 22 versus a team with a 2+ losing streak. So all this lines up to a super smash spot. But hey, you can sprinkle the -14. I'm not full disclosure. I was going to sprinkle a little bit, but the first half is where you need to pull all your chips to the table, Mikey, and just take it because it's going to be good money. I believe they come out early and destroy the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, getting to the props, we're loading up a full clip. I'm doing the same thing I did when they played the Titans at home 3 weeks ago. We're starting off Jared Goff over 2+ touchdowns and to win. I got it at -115. We have David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs parlay touchdown +108.
I love it.
We have Amon St. Brown touchdown plus to win at +100. And we are laddering up Jared Goff 3+ touchdowns plus the win at +269. Those are my parlays, touchdown parlays for every offensive player that's going to score on the Detroit side. And I'm going to smash the first half -7.5. Good money, Mikey. Let's get paid.
Let's go, baby. What a bomber right off the gate. Detroit Lions. Of course, we know. The week after they play the Lions, teams have not won a game. It just talks about the smash and gash way that the Detroit Lions play football. I'm going to start off here. I'm going to give you guys a little New Orleans Saints opportunity. I'm going to take under. This is important for prop players here. Under 5.5 receptions for Kamara. I'd ladder this thing down to 4.5. I'd ladder it down to 3.5. And here's why. Under 3.5, under 4.5, under 5.5 receptions. Bottom line comes to this. The Saints, albeit struggling to find W's. Here's the deal. Kamara's banged up. He's got that busted up wrist. And when do you take a player out after he's a little banged up? When your team's well ahead. I expect the Saints to be well ahead in this first half. Look, the Saints are the third best team in the NFL in the first half. 15.4 points a game in the first 2 quarters of NFL combat. The Cleveland Browns ranked bottom of the barrel. 32 of 32 teams. They're averaging less than a touchdown in the first half of combat. And it feels to me like this is a spot Kamara comes out early. Maybe they give him a couple of passes off of the backfield, a couple of running back flat spots. But when they're up, they don't need him. He's banged up. They go back to Taysom Hill. I got the under 5.5 at -140, and I like this laddered all the way down to under 3.5, LJ. little bit of a creeper there with the running back under receptions, but under 5.5 seems like good money, LJ.
Hey, man, I like it. Definitely. Now, let's move over to this game, Mikey. We have the Minnesota Vikings road favorite -6 going against the Tennessee Titans. And it's one thing I forgot to mention in the last game, Detroit and Jacksonville. The NFC North versus the AFC South is 11-2 straight up. So I'm going back to that with the Vikings. And also, Detroit, Jared Goff, he had 5 interceptions last week, and they still won the game. Sam Darnold had 4 or 5. He had a lot too. Let me make sure. I don't want to be wrong. But he's coming off a bad game too, is what I'm trying to get to. So I'm taking a couple quarterbacks that I feel are going to bounce back from a horrible performance, and they still won the game, but they didn't cover the spread. And I believe that they're going to prove that they're going to cover these spreads versus these vulnerable teams that they've had success with versus this division. So all that said, I'm going to trust Justin Jefferson to make an impact in this game. And I'm going to take his over 5.5 receptions at -141. He's had it 6 out of his last 7 games. And we're also going to take his touchdown plus the Vikings to win at +125. And I don't know if I wrote this one down with you earlier, but you can write it down now. I'm going to take his 6+ receptions, and I'm going to parlay it with his 80+ receiving yards. And that puts you at a +129 parlay. Heavily vested in Justin Jefferson. I believe he's going to pick apart the Titans secondary, and I believe the Vikings bounce back on the winning side. And I just believe that defense of the Minnesota Vikings is going to get after Will Levis, make him turn the ball over. Vikings get a short field, a couple possessions, and they take care of business easily. So I'm going to trust Justin Jefferson, makes an impact in this game.
I love that Justin Jefferson spot. Why not? Let's see what happens with Minnesota's been firing. I mean, how about Sam Darnold? I mean, geez, man, these guys, I wrote them off. I thought dead to rights here, but that's a great look. I love that. They've been fired. They've been doing what they have to do. You can play who's in front of you, and they have prepared well each week.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about getting prepared. Let's talk about this touchdown prop here. The Indianapolis Colts, the New York Jets. You guys know my disdain for none other than Aaron Rodgers. Every time I look at this guy, he's down in the matchup, and he just has a look like he's lost. He's done. They did say he's coming back next year, so you're going to see a 41-year-old, Aaron Rodgers. But at the same time, I'm going to go to Anthony Richardson. He's getting a second lease on life. Now I know he's his rookie opportunity, right? But at the same time, Joe Flacco, old man time, comes out there and threatens this guy. What are they doing? They're going back to Richardson. And where does Richardson have a great matchup? It's the touchdown matchup, LJ. Here we go. We got a guy that's going to be fighting for his life. He's angry. He's hungry. And he's playing the worst team in the NFL. They've given up 5 touchdowns to quarterbacks this season. You know he likes to run. He's the dual threat guy. They're going to get down to some red zone opportunities where he can make it happen. Yeah, Sauce Gardner will limit that passing approach, which means he pulls the ball down, he runs it into the end zone, and we catch an Anthony Richardson touchdown at +240, LJ. It's that simple to me. I think this is a great opportunity. Sophomore slump as he's had, he's going to bounce back here. Now he's getting the opportunity after sitting on the bench, and he is going to be mean. I like the +240 touchdown. Anthony Richardson, anytime scorer. Let's go, LJ.
Hey, man, I like it a lot. Hopefully he can prove that, the benching was a mistake, and he's learned his lesson to just shut his mouth, not to say he's tired.
Yep.
And just be a professional,
Yep.
It's going to take some time for you, to get adapted to the NFL, but hey, I like it because he's very aggressive and, he takes off. He uses his legs. So definitely like their prop. All right, Mikey, going to my home team. You see me with the hat on, Houston Texans, going down to our rivals, just a couple of hours away up the highway to Dallas, Arlington Stadium, to take on these Dallas Cowboys. And of course, like we always say, Mikey, if it ain't broke, don't
fix it.
Fix it. So, another smash spot first half. Texans minus the 3.5, simply because the Texans are the number one team in the NFL in the first half. 9-1 against the spread in the first half, averaging 15.5 points in the first half. Dallas is only averaging 8. Not to mention, they're 0-4 at home in the first half. So that's definitely one of my plays. Texans first half minus 3.5. I'm on the full game, full disclosure as well. But how the Texans are going to score, Mikey? You know how they're going to score. Joe Mixon.
Joey Mixon, baby.
Every single game, 5 games in a row, he has scored a touchdown, Mikey. So we're going to take the Joe Mixon touchdown plus the Texans to win. We got it at a minus 136. It's okay. It's a little juice, but hey, man, juice is worth the squeeze. We're going to continue to keep doing and continue what's going to keep cashing. Now, I'm also going to parlay Joe Mixon's touchdown with Fairburns over 1.5 field goals, simply because he's hit it 8 out of his last 9 games. 6 games in a row, our field goal kicker Fairburn has had over 1.5 field goals. So I believe we're going to run the ball heavily on the Dallas Cowboys defense. And occasionally we may stall in the red zone, but we got a field goal kicker that can kick us a 50-plus yard field goal, maybe even 60 if he has to. But hopefully he don't have to get to that point. But we're definitely going to take Mixon touchdown plus Fairburn plus 140 is that parlay. And like I mentioned, Mixon touchdown plus the win minus 136. And of course, we're on the Texans. First half, minus 3.5. Let's go, baby.
LJ, I know you're a Houston guy from H-Town, but what is going on with this Dallas Cowboys? Whether Dak's in or out, my goodness, it just seems like these guys are lost. They got problems with Zeke. They got problems with Dak. They got problem. CeeDee Lamb is probably underutilized in this offense as well. It's just, it's amazing. But I love CJ Stroud, man. I think this guy's a young up-and-comer. He's not afraid to go out there toe for toe. I mean, look at last year, 400, 500 passing yard games. They're down, but they're not out. I love that Houston Texans spot. Let's talk. Let's talk about this parlay. Let's move on to the stage of the show where we give you guys 2 looks here. And we've got a plus 301 opportunity to get after it, LJ. I'll start it off, LJ. How about that? I'm going to go to the Pittsburgh-Baltimore game, and I'm going to take the under 48.5. Mm-hmm. These are 2 coaches, the most seasoned coaches in the NFL. They've got the longest contract tenure. They have battled each other over 50 times, and it's just a chess match. We've got divisional games. We know, listen, we see divisional opportunities. What do we see? It's over a 59% time divisional opponents play each other that it goes to the under. We'll see what weather does or doesn't do. I don't even know if that makes a difference. I like this under 48.5 as the first leg of our parlay. Again, a plus 301, but look, we got old veterans battling each other, going out there toe for toe, and 48.5 is just too many points here. We'll take the under, LJ. First leg of the parlay.
Hey, Mikey, I love it. Divisional game. Both these teams are good versus the run. So I see a lot of incomplete possessions, empty possessions, like I mentioned, and field goal kicks attempts. I see a lot of punting here and there. So, yeah, I definitely see a hard-nosed fought football game. So I definitely agree with that under. And, of course, we can parlay it with the best money of the day. Mikey, we have, once again, the books have put Patrick Mahomes as an underdog, ladies and gentlemen. And when Patrick Mahomes is an underdog, guess what his record is, Mikey? 12-1-1 against the spread as a dog. Not to mention 10-0-1 against the spread as a road dog.
Hmm.
19-3 straight up in the month of November. 11-3 straight up as a dog. All those things correlate to a win for me, Mikey, and simply because the Buffalo Bills are injured, and I don't believe they're going to have the horses to compete in this game. And if Josh Allen is going to be Superman and overcome this feat and finally beat, well, now he had success in the regular season versus Patrick Mahomes because he's the last team to beat Patrick Mahomes as a dog. That one in his record is versus the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen. So he has success beating him. But this Sunday, I don't believe he has the horses. And it just comes down to that. I just believe Buffalo's too injured. And if he's going to be Superman, put his cape on, and go win this game, hey, kudos to Josh Allen. I would tip my hat to him. But I have to see it to believe it. But what I have seen, Mikey, is Patrick Mahomes win as an underdog. So I'm going to continue to ride the streak, continue to keep investing in him. And I really believe that the Kansas City Chiefs want to go after that undefeated record. Simply because of the way he ran off that field last week with that block kick. Because he probably was almost sure that they were going to kick that field goal. Yeah. He was almost sure. But the fact they blocked it, the football gods still have us in play to go undefeated. And of course, I believe Patrick Mahomes is very competitive. He's seen what Tom Brady has done in his career. And I believe he wants to compete with that Tom Brady legacy. He's already halfway there. You know, he's had, 3 Super Bowls in the last 4 years? So he has a long way to go. So I'm going to continue to keep investing in the best quarterback in the NFL right now, Patrick Mahomes, as a dog. Put me on the money line, Mikey, and let's get paid on this Sunday NFL.
Man, I'll tell you, LJ, I'm a Buffalo guy. You know that. But I'd say this. Injuries, you're right. Dalton Kincaid has been officially ruled out. Amari Cooper, the new wide receiver add there, has got the gimpy wrist as well. And there's a bunch of secondary issues that go across that Buffalo squad as well. So I love it, man. Plus 301. Let's get that count, baby. LJ, I love hanging out with you, man. Thank you so much for coming into the NFL prop shop here at Sports Money. Let everyone know where they can find you.
Hey, man, y'all can go on X at LJ Sports Media. Find me over there. I put all my content up. Just cashed the first half tonight with the Rockets. Easy money at home. Always Rockets first half at home. And, hey, just continue to keep supporting me. You can follow me on YouTube at LJ Sports, LJ from Houston, or you can type in Raw Words Podcast. We do our weekly NFL bets. Me and Marley Betts just finished the show right now. So go over there, go like, go subscribe, go follow the content on YouTube. And of course, hey, anytime Mikey wants me in the NFL prop shop, I'm always going to hook up and let's see if we can get some money, guys. So appreciate you always for letting me join. And let's continue to strive for this success, my friend.
My man, my friends, they rock when I ask them to come give the goods, and LJ has brought that and then some. I'm so thankful to know this man here. Make sure you do support him and check out all his content there. Raw Words, especially the YouTube shows they're doing out there. They're giving you guys plays Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You can check them out all the time. And appreciate you guys checking us out as well at Sports Money. Hit that thumbs up button. Appreciate the video. Put your comments in there in the chat for your favorite plays. And we'll see you guys again next week. Thanks for checking us out. Thank you, LJ from H-Town, my guy. Appreciate everybody. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.